mom's treatments aren't free. And then there's my sister's college tuition. I need it. I vote yes.
So that's why he's joining in, even though he's super weak, because he needs the money.
You welcome us, won't you?
Hey. Oh, hey.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown. I am back. We are going to be starting on a new anime, well, new for me, called Solo Leveling. We just finished with Tokyo Ghoul. Now we're doing this. After we finish this, we will go back, finish up all of the rest of Tokyo Ghoul Re, and then we'll be doing Demon Slayer. I have a whole list of other animes that I eventually want to go over, and I will probably list them all off at the end of this episode. So if you want to have your choice, pick out of those ones what you would prefer for us to do after we're done with Demon Slayer. We're just doing one season at a time, so we will take that into consideration, and usually even if we don't do it right away, we do it later on down the road. So go ahead and chime in. Like I said, I will list them off at the end of this episode. I can try to put a timestamp in so that you can see when we go over the list. That depends on if I remember. I haven't done timestamps in a while, so we'll see. We are going to start the first episode of Solo Leveling. I don't know a whole lot other than what my kid has told me and what I have seen from one trailer and a brief description of it. So I know that there's something going on that seems to be like in a video game where the kid, he's hunting something and he is not good at it. He's like I am as a player. I have a gaming account called Venus Plays Badly, and that's because I am pretty bad at most video games. So I imagine something like that. He starts out, he's really bad, but as he levels up, he just gets better and better and better until he's pretty damn good at what he's doing. I am not exactly that way. I definitely get better as I'm playing, but not to the point that I'm good, just to the point that I'm better. And if I haven't played a game in a long time, I will forget how the movements work and how the controls work and all kinds of stuff, so that can be quite a pain in the butt. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this episode. Unless, do you have anything to say?
I do, but it would spoil things.
No big spoilers. I don't mind little spoilers, but big spoilers, those are a different thing. They can, ruin entire episodes, multiple episodes, because I'm like, oh, I know this is gonna happen, and yeah. But little spoilers, I don't mind at all. All right, let's get this started. For a minute there, I didn't hear anything, and I thought the volume might not have been working.
It's in the hands of the hunters.
Stand your ground and fight! If they get past us, the front line's history!
Definitely looks like a video game, like a role-playing game.
Damn it, I'm fading fast.
But the description makes it sound like it just seems like a video game, not that it is, so.
Healing magic? Oh, that worked instantly. Hey, look out!
The sooner I act, the more people I heal. Besides, I only rushed in the way I did because you two were close behind.
He's white.
Seems they made it in the nick of time. Suppose we should get started too.
Guildmaster, on your order!
Right. All units.
Attack!
More than a decade ago, a series of pathways appeared connecting our world to another dimension and ushering in untold horrors. Some humans awakened abilities to combat the threat, and the magic coursing through them determines their rank. S, A, B, C, D, leaving E as the lowest level. No amount of training will improve their power once it awakens. A hunter's strength and rank are set from day one.
Okay, so so what happens with him goes against that whole. They're definitely talking like it's a video game, but then their description is not. So it's like, okay, you're using words like guild and all of this.
I mean, I think the concept is that they had video games, and then this all happened, and they used
Right.
terms from video games.
Right,
to explain it
right.
all.
Long time no see. Now there's a phase I wasn't expecting. Thought you said you had your fill of hunting, bum chic.
That was before baby number 2 was on the way.
Will definitely score you a pretty nice mint for your new kiddo.
Been a while, so you know I'm super rusty. I was always weak to begin with.
Yo, what's going on?
Came out despite the cold, huh?
Yeah,
Have you eaten yet? Can't fight magic beast running on fumes.
right. I did eat before I got here, thanks.
Is that kid like a big deal or something?
He's the exact opposite. Call him the weakest hunter of all mankind. It was once he got hospitalized after a trip through an E-rank gate. If that isn't weak, then I don't know what is.
It's hard to picture someone being that bad.
But he is. Just him being here means it's gonna be a real easy raid. I'd hate for him to overhear us.
Too late. Heard every word. I didn't say anything that isn't true.
You got hurt again.
Yeah, but I'll live. Good to see you, Chuhi.
How about you skip the small talk and explain? I heard you even had a hospital stay.
Hey, silver lining though is that I was the only one hurt. The rest of the team was a higher rank and the dungeon was an E, so they didn't think to bring a healer.
They didn't bring a healer? Of all the thoughtless, self-centered things.
It isn't their fault I'm so weak. I'm used to being treated that way by hunters.
Yeah, but if you know you got a weakling coming in, then you need to make accommodations. I know, some people are very anti-woke and don't agree with that kind of stuff. But fuck them.
Song, and unless any of you have objections, I volunteer to be the leader of our dungeon raid.
I'm all for it.
Working with you, sir, is an absolute privilege.
Thanks, shall we?
Stargate!
Hang behind the rest of the pack and don't get yourself hurt.
I'll try.
Focus on succeeding, not trying.
Yep, focus on succeeding.
This knife has barely any magic power. It's better than nothing.
Hunting's now one of the most lucrative careers on Earth, thanks to the treasures found in those monster dens. Who would have guessed the trophies inside Magic Beast's essence stones would be so valuable?
I actually got one.
Look after him and patch him up if you can.
Right, you're going to be okay. I'll make you good as new.
Hunters gather essence stones and use them to create weapons and armor. We just harvest mana crystals, yet they're less potent and make for weaker gear.
The government's interested in a much different use.
As a new power source, they're safer than nuclear, more efficient than water, wind, or geothermal. Don't pollute the atmosphere like fossil fuels. The ideal clean energy.
A rare fuel source only hunters are able to collect.
I know I was reading an article about them thinking about using geothermal more.
Yeah.
As a green energy source.
The whole thing with nuclear, it's not actually very dangerous. Most of it's publicity. It's a lot safer than a lot of other...
publicity and fear, but using the publicity to stoke fear.
Yeah.
I thought your stomach was all that needed healing, but you're hurt everywhere.
Sorry.
I'm not asking for an apology here, okay? I'm worried about you.
Mana crystals are as scarce here as essence stones. This dungeon was one dry cash cow.
All I have to show for it is a single E-rank essence stone. What a crap reward for risking my life.
So why do you keep risking your life?
Take a look at this, guys!
Cave? Or tunnel, maybe.
Standard procedure is to report cases like this to the Hunters Association.
He's got another kid on the way. He was banking on a decent haul from this raid.
Going any farther would endanger our lives.
I'm not feeling it.
Well, I am!
I vote no. I'm sorry, everyone. I really don't want to.
6 in favor of going and 6 opposed. Which would make Ginu here the deciding vote.
It's up to me? I'm in trouble no matter what, with Dad missing. I'm the only one who can provide for my family.
Okay.
Mom's treatments aren't free. And then there's my sister's college tuition. I need it. I vote yes.
So that's why he's joining in, even though he's super weak. Because he needs the money.
If anybody seems like an asset, make them an offer, regardless of their age or gender. I doubt they'll compare to someone like Hain Cha, but the world is full of surprises.
Curse thieves! Stop them!
Out of the damn way! Move, lady! Do you want to die?
Gosh, that was incredible!
Here.
Thank you so much! The S-rank hunter!
Damn!
I'd like to leave.
I'd like to leave. Agreed.
Look at her go!
That's an S-rank hunter for you.
I'm really sorry. I voted yes to come down here, even though you hoped that we'd call it quits.
I'm the last thing you should be worried about. Stop it.
I'll stop, if you're sure you're okay.
I'm obviously not okay! Get a sudden case of amnesia? That goblin could have struck a little higher and ended your life! I swear you hit your head. That's the only explanation for how much of an idiot you're being.
I'm sorry.
Well, in that case, you could always show your thanks by taking me out to eat somewhere.
We found the lair!
Yeah, I would say her reasoning for wanting to leave is not because she is not up to it, but because she is concerned about you, and you keep putting your life at risk.
The team moves forward together.
That's the deal.
Some of you will choose to become hunters, some won't. But I ask that you consider carefully before deciding. So to become a hunter is to risk your life. Even those accustomed to raids cannot let their guards down. Best advice to ensure your survival would be stay both humble and afraid.
Let there be light!
What's with the old statues?
They each have something different.
They're there to creep you out.
Oh, whoa. Makes the others seem like toys.
He a king?
King of creepiness.
What's this for? Divination?
Something's written over here!
An ancient script. Second,
Ginu?
praise God. Third, thou...
Huge stone statue. I saw its eyes move. It's been watching us this entire time.
Creep you out.
There's no way.
You will not leave alive.
The door! It just shut on its own!
I'm sure we can open it back up again.
I'm sure.
See, this is what we get. I knew we shouldn't have kept going, but I was outvoted. I'm leaving.
Look out, it's a trap!
He must have been D-rank at least. Stronger than me anyway.
Yeah, but how are you gonna defend yourself against your head being cut off?
Well, there aren't supposed to be things like that down here.
When you're not really paying attention, I mean, that's the reality. He was not paying attention and did not occur to him that leaving might not be a good idea.
These statues are moving.
I've stared death in the face plenty of times since I became a hunter. It could be the lowest of low-ranked dungeons, but I'll still be fighting for my life. I break the bank just splurging on cheap knives, and once they break, that's it. Even my shoes are shod. I endure the mockery and perform this life-threatening job because I've learned that I can survive most anything if I keep my eyes peeled for opportunities.
I am a little surprised they'd take him with them, being that he's weak, like that would seem to be a liability, but
Get down now!
he does seem to be contributing.
What the hell?
Are you all right, Bum Chic?
What about you?
I'm fine.
No more.
What just happened? This can't be real. When it is, we're trapped. We're all gonna die!
They have Crunchyroll in the credits. If I had one more chance. I was gonna say something. I'm trying to remember what it was. I can't remember. I was thinking that maybe something happens. Like when she started healing him, I thought maybe something with that might trigger something. But then when they came into that room and there's all those statues and stuff around, plus when they were talking about the stuff that they're using for weapons and stuff, I thought maybe they come upon something that activates something and that's why he's able to start leveling up or something like that. That's what I was thinking about that I couldn't remember. That it seems kind of weird, anything like that, whether you're playing a video game or you're in real life, you're in a hunting situation, that somebody would start out at a level and never fucking level up at all, like never get better. That doesn't make sense to me. Just the experience of doing the same shit over and over again would make somebody improve.
When they say you can't level up, like in a video game, when you're playing some sort of RPG, you can get better at the game, you can learn enemy movements, and you can get more strategic, but in his situation, he cannot actually get stronger attacks and better gear and more powerful abilities and stuff like that. He's limited to his capacity of physical capability. Whereas these S-rank people, they can be like running at like the speed of a bullet. He can never do that. At an E-rank, he's never going to be capable of reaching that level.
Weird. And it's a thing that it's just not a possibility. It just doesn't happen, or they made it that way.
It doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. No matter what you're doing, you always want to make it so that people can improve and things can get better.
Like normally, like he said, normally people will, even if they're low rank, they're still going to progress with like their gear. But in his situation, he has to deal with his sister's college and his mother's hospital bills, so he can't actually upgrade his gear, and usually he'll be downgrading, if anything.
Right. Okay. And that's why it was called I'm Used to It, because he's done this for a while and it's just the same stuff. He's sticking to it even though he's weak because he knows he needs the money. He needs whatever he can to help them out. And they said that's like the most lucrative job that there is. The next one is If I Had One More Chance.
There is more to the way that their like levels work and like their abilities, but you'll learn about that later.
Right. When I was looking at images and stuff for my background, a lot of the backgrounds that I found that I thought would be really good are for the next season called Arise. Every time I thought, oh, that might be for the first season, I'd go and look at the character in there and I'm like, no, that person looks too confident. There's no way somebody who like considered the weakest or whatever, even at the end of the season, that they would look that confident. I just don't think so. And almost every time I looked further into it and it was from the next season. So what I decided to do is I found somebody's artwork and I will credit the person who put the artwork in. They have put up on the internet as wallpaper. And then I made sure to get one of the character images in this first season, like at the beginning. And I'm just going to put his character onto the background. A lot of the images I found that I really liked, they're for Arise, so they don't apply to this season. And I didn't want to put something in there where the character looks super confident and stuff, because that wouldn't make sense for a show like this. Anything else?
No.
Okay, I almost forgot, but I got back on after I was cleaning the bathroom, so it's been a while, but I am now going to read off the list of possible animes for the next several times. We got Gachakuda, ReZero, Oshinoko, Kaiju number 8, Sakamoto Days, Mushoku Tensei, The Rising of the Shield Hero, and Zom 100. If you would like me to react to any of those, please go ahead and leave me a comment with whatever you're interested in. You can tell me what order, you can just tell me what you like and dislike, whatever. Just any opinions would be appreciated. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I will see you next week. Bye.
Is there more? We'll just have to tune in next week to find out, won't we?
And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.